Welcome back to MidEast In-Depth, part of Levant TV's Press Review. Today we will be looking at Tunisia. Karim Yahya writes an analytical piece in the Egyptian newspaper Al-Ahram where he looks at how the Nida Tounes movement beat the Nahda party throughout the Tunisian parliamentary elections. The writer says the Arab world is now asking several questions about Tunisia's secular party Nida Tounes, which gained the highest number of votes in the country's parliamentary elections held on Sunday. And with preliminary results showing that Nida earned about 38% of the votes, the most important issue so far is the party's ability to beat its strong Islamist rival, the Nahda party. And being appointed as a premier for the post-Ben Ali cabinet in 2011, Nida leader Beji Kaid Essebsi deliberately gave speeches in Tunisian colloquial Arabic. He wore sunglasses and walked like Bourguiba. Essebsi moves signified his attempts to portray himself as a second Bourguiba, who usually acted in a similar way, as well as another father of Tunisian society. But in brief, any attempt to grasp Nida experience has to be seen through Bourguiba as a founding father of the state. And during its electoral campaign, Nida compensated its weak organizational skills in comparison to those of Ennahda by marketing itself as an alternative to the Islamist option. Nida argues that Tunisia is living in a state of polarization between secularists and Islamists. Nida's severe tone did not become tempered, even amid calmer discourse by Nahda urging the partisan consensus. And ironically, Nida argued that voting for other secular parties would serve Nahda's interests and allow it to win the polls from the next government and eventually return to power. Also in Tunisia, Rami Al-Khouri writes in the Beirut-based Daily Star, Khouri suspects that the Tunisian parliamentary elections Sunday were the most significant domestic and national political development in the modern history of the Arab world. Khouri says Tunisians experienced some serious bumps in their transition to a constitutional democracy since they overthrew the tyranny of President Zain al-Abidine Ben Ali in early 2011. He says the election victory of the new Nida Tounes party reflects a relatively sophisticated response by those smaller parties and political groupings who came together to form this alliance of former officials, secularists, progressives and leftists. Nida Tounes seems to have been the desire to defeat Ennahda and to form a government that could reflect a degree of consensus among different groups rather than a winner-take-all mentality. Rami concludes that the democratic transition in Tunisia remains young and vulnerable, but it is indeed the first democratic transition in modern Arab history that has taken root in an environment of sustained citizen activism. And now we are joined by Rahil Metnani talking to us live from Tunis. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you for the invitation, Scott.
Rahil, tell us a bit about the impression in Tunisia about the results and the Nida Tounes party.
Well, people have been to the polls and expressed their wish for change. They sanctioned the Islamist party, which they were responsible for mismanagement and poor political and economic records. The vote put in place a two-party system, though, as Islamists still hold an important number of seats in spite of the defeat. So the impression is quite positive. People are relieved about the end of the too long transitional phase since Ben Ali was ousted.
And what could Nida Tounes bring to the country, in your opinion?
There are great expectations about Nida Tounes. First, to restore the authority of the state and its institutions, then to act firmly against the terrorist threat, and of course to do something about unemployment. Heavy challenges indeed.
And anything else you'd like to tell us, Rahil?
Yeah, in fact, I have a message to the new government. I want to tell them, please do more effort to release my boyfriend kidnapped in Libya since 56 days. And till now we have no idea about him and his cameraman. They went to Libya for work and they were kidnapped. We still have no idea about them. I think the government is doing effort, but this is not enough.
Rahil Metnani joined us live from Tunis. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And for more updates, please visit levant.tv. You could also subscribe to MidEast In-Depth on iTunes. Thanks for watching and bye for now.